You starting to understand it now?
Alright, good evening everybody, and welcome to ET Journhome Gaming and the broadcast tonight for the Tyler Daniels Next Gen Cup Series, playoff race number 4, elimination night here for the second round. 4 drivers going to get eliminated from championship contention. Gonna get our co-host, if you will, in here. Good old Josh Kelleher. Hey, Josh.
What's up?
How's everything going tonight?
Good. How's everything with you?
Doing good, doing good. It was just, doing the typical intro for you. A little behind on getting us moved down, but, we're here, we're ready to go.
Back for another action-packed week. Got some Richmond short track racing. I love short tracks. I always feel like I can fare well there, but I always get caught up in other people's stuff. But it's always a good time. And we got a lot of action with a lot of great drivers tonight, so it's going to be fun to see.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've got, point scenarios that we're going to be talking about throughout the night with this being an elimination race, and without going into the full details just yet, but Ryan Walter right here on pit road one, we give him a little bit of love. Here's this new paint scheme he's been talking about a lot, Devil's Pit Wings, and he's on the hot seat big time tonight. He's, if I'm not mistaken, he's about 10 points out of making it into the round of 8. So he's going to have to probably win this race to have a really good chance at, even having a possibility of making up those points. And lucky for him, this is one of his best tracks on iRacing. So, I definitely think that he's the favorite right now. But winning races, no matter if you're really good somewhere or not, is not easy. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that throughout the night for sure. See Tyler Daniels getting the Buffalo Bills on the hood of his car there for tonight. I know he's a big Buffalo fan. And I'm a big Pittsburgh fan, so I can't say I'm too supportive of that paint scheme choice for Tyler. We do have a new name with us tonight. Right, looks like the 97 here, Corey Enyart. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. There's his name right there for everybody. First time I'm seeing his name in TDR, so I think someone that probably has just joined. So good luck to Corey tonight, and want to say welcome.
All right, there we go. Things I'm able to shot, and I got everything all set. And sure was not prepared. Sorry about that. We saw somebody going around there. Listening to some garage banter earlier. We got 78 Owen Lax. This would be his home track tonight, being 30 to 40 minutes away. So he's looking to at least place in the top five, if not higher. But it looks like Ryan Walter, as you were mentioning before, is in a situation where a win is very important tonight. So I'm going to let that happen to the hometown boy tonight. Take a look at the 44. Dana Shepard sporting a new paint scheme. Looks like it's a nice throwback to Davey Allison and Texaco Haviland. Looks like the guys over at DEV Paints have been really busy pushing out some more paints and paint schemes on that really sharp looking Texaco Haviland.
This is definitely one of those tracks. I think you're either good at it or you're bad at it. There's not much of a in between. I think it is a track that is not nearly as forgiving if you don't hit your lines and your marks consistently. It's I don't know if it's the way that this place is shaped, but you just lose a lot of time over the course of a run if you're not able to get through the center of the corner. Is probably the most crucial part of every single corner here. And there really isn't another track quite like Richmond.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a short track, but it has an intermediate feel to me. I struggle with Richmond no matter what series I'm running in it. It seems to be one of the tracks that I need to do a lot of practice on and get some practice time. As we see a lot of I look like Bob Burley taking us from that. But I definitely need to turn some more laps here myself to get a little bit more confident in the way you turn around here, because it's the way it's shaped. You can drive it in a couple different ways, and all depending on the track conditions at the moment kind of dictates and determines which way you're going to drive it. You're going to drive it in a D shape. You can drive it in a diamond shape. Thinking about the different ways of running it. So Richmond can be a very tricky short track, but I like to think of it again. It's a short track that almost drives like an intermediate the way it's shaped. cycling through, watching some of the action here with just under 5 minutes to go in practice. And as we're taking a look at another great paint scheme with a Mobile 1 Ford Mustang, Babu right behind him. Taking a look at some of the times here. Time cycling around. Ryan Walter's still holding it in the fastest spot for practice. Owen Max, the hometown boy, trying to edge him out for a fast lap. And everybody's just trying to get their bearings here, see how everybody else is running and being able to smooth around the track. As me and Ethan were alluding to, Phoenix can be a really tricky track to get around. Richmond can be a very tricky track to get around, as we even see those two cars slip up a little bit coming around the turn. So you got to be very track aware here at Richmond.
Yeah, and speaking of Phoenix, if there really was going to be any track that resembled anything close to Richmond, Phoenix probably would be the closest thing to it. But I still don't really feel like they drive quite the same.
Oh yeah, no, and I would definitely agree with that statement. That dog leg at Phoenix. I call it the wreck leg, but it's dog leg at Phoenix. Definitely do both drive differently.
Ty Bostic chiming in saying Iowa is fairly similar, and that is a true point. It's easy to forget about Iowa, considering that it's not been a Cup track, but it's going to be in the Cup Series this year. One big difference I'd say between Iowa and Richmond is there's a lot more room on the exits, I feel like, at Iowa than Richmond, especially turn 2 at Richmond. It's a lot tighter of an exit, a lot more narrow. But they both do share a similar characteristic as far as getting loose off the corners. But to catch up a little bit more on some of the chatter so far in the broadcast, Troy and Sharon, Paul Vosberg, Ginger Parent, Jim Downham, all chiming in and saying hello, cheering on different people. Daniel Parent in here as well. Coming up on the last minute of practice. You see these guys doing a lot of wrecking here, especially off turn 2 mostly, and hopefully they're just pushing the car to the limit, trying to find it where that threshold is of going just too far to avoid doing that during the race. that's going to wrap up practice, and fastest lap went to Ryan Walter.
Owen Lack wasting no time getting out there to take a qualifying lap, it looks like. So I know some people like to wait behind a couple minutes to see what everybody runs at. He's wasting no time getting right up.
And the fastest lap from Ryan was a 22:97, so we'll see if lap times uh, improve at all between practice and qualifying. Wow, look at that. Ryan Walter and Owen Lax almost putting identical times. Ryan Walter 2/1000ths of a second off of Owen's lap time.
And what's saying he's going to give Ryan a run for his money.
Ryan got him back 22:94. So that's going to put Ryan on the top spot. That was the fastest. Oh, and now look at Jim Downham. Just went to the top of the board. Great lap for Jim. I know that Ryan Walter definitely didn't want to see that. You do get bonus points for starting on the pole, and Ryan needs every point that he can get tonight.
Yeah, that's actually kind of amazing to see Jim Downham edging out Ryan Walter and
I mean,
Lack.
we didn't talk about Jim really at all in practice. He didn't put up any lap times quite like that, so it was definitely a bit of a surprise.
Bob Burlew had a little bit of an issue in his qualifying run. A bit of a whiff there. 9. Let's see 9 up against the. It's the 30 Chick-fil-A. This machine will be taking his qualifying lap this year.
Dale Weiser ran a 23:06, moved him up to 5th place. Chuck McDonald with a 23:02 gets him up into 5th, into the top 5. Ty Bostic there was trying to get everything he could there in turn 3 and 4, locking up the tires. And that moved him top of the board, 22:87.
Yeah, that just edges out Jim Downham and from the ninth spot into the second position with Ryan Walter pulling in P3. Owen Lax with the 4th spot so far. Jeremy Gaiman, the 09, is pulling up the 5th spot.
my Troy going with Ty Bostic for the win tonight.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all. He's been showing that he's very strong lately here in Tyler Daniels Racing, Next Gen Series Racing. So that's not actually a bad pick at all.
We've got three cars that haven't, or four cars that have not gone out to qualify yet, and I would say there's a strong chance that they're probably going to start from the back. So we're going to go ahead and look at the point situation for this elimination race tonight. And four drivers will be eliminated. So as it stands right now, we have a tie right now between Chuck McDonald and Dale Power for that eighth position right now. Um, Mike Matherly, Tracy Wooten, Ryan Walter, the three of them, as it stands, would be out. And then if we have a tie um, for the eighth spot, like we do right now between Chuck and Dale, I'm not quite sure how they are going to do a tiebreaker if we have that kind of scenario, which is quite possible to have. Um, but I'm sure Jim can inform us. Maybe we can get some info from Jim later regarding that. But Andrew Bisnet up there in the sixth position, he is not here tonight. So he is more than likely going to fall out of that top eight that he is currently situated in. So that's going to help somebody uh, down below, like Dale Power, Mike Matherly, Tracy Wooten, Ryan Walter. That's one less person that they have to worry about trying to beat out for tonight. And as far as the scenario, like we talked a lot about Ryan Walter, he's currently 10 points behind Dale Power. So in order for him to kind of make up, that many points, 10 points may not seem like a lot, but it looks like we've got 17 drivers. So if he was to not get any bonus points at all, he would have to finish 10 positions better than Dale Power or Chuck McDonald just to even tie. So he's probably going to be looking hopefully for that bonus point of leading the most laps, the extra 5 points for winning. That would get him 6 points right there, and then he only has to finish 4 positions better. So those are the kind of things that you got to be thinking about if you're Ryan. And the same applies to those other guys. I mean, any of them that are down there in that bottom 4 have to have that mindset tonight that these are the guys I got to beat, these guys in order to get myself into the next round. These are the things that I have to do. I'm gonna have to think about strategy if I'm further back in the field. Do I short pit, do something that's gonna get me out ahead of them? So lots of things to keep an eye on tonight when it goes regarding with the points. We did have Dana Shepard did go out and run his qualifying lap while we were looking at the points there, and he was able to get up into the 4th position with a 22.96. So we only had one person run a sub 23 lap time, but we've got 4 guys now all ran high 22-second lap times, and the top 8 drivers are all within 0.2 of a second of each other. So really competitive lap times there. But qualifying is going to end here any second, and we'll go ahead and get you the running order. as soon as the officials go ahead and call. As we get that right about now. Hey Josh,
What's going on?
you want to take us through the starting order?
Absolutely. So, starting on the grid tonight, we have Ty Bostic, 22. Running beside him, P2, got Jim Downham. Ryan Walter taking the third spot in that number 49 machine. Dana Shepard in the 44 Chevrolet DEP Racing. Chevrolet is holding the fourth spot. Owen Lax in that 78 Hometown Boy, living about 40 minutes away from the Richmond in real life track, holding up that P5 spot. Jeremy Gaiman in the 6 in the 09 machine. Chuck McDonald, one of our friends from up north in the 04, coming in P7. P8 is Dale Weiser in the number 30 machine. Kyle Reuter in the number 9. BK Motorsports in the P9 spot. Bob Burlew, the number 66 spot. 66 machine, the 10 spot. Dale Power, another one of our friends from up north in the number 11 machine. The 37 machine is holding the 11th spot. Tyler Daniels in the 25 is holding the 12th. And 13th, we have Corey Enyart. And then we have Tim Wooten in the 14th spot. Bill Kirkstra on the 88 machine, holding up P17. Derek Don on the 215, holding up number 15. And our last spot, 16th spot, we have the number 20 of Gary Wright. So we have a 16-car field tonight in the Tyler Daniels Racing Next Gen Playoff Race number 4 at Richmond Raceway tonight.
And here's our quick rundown for tonight. It's a .72 mile oval. Track temperature 103 degrees, so relatively hot. 150 lap race. Fuel window somewhere around 130 laps on gas. Pit road speed 40 miles an hour. Unlimited sets of tires. Everyone gets one fast repair.
And tires will be important tonight. Tire wear is a factor here at Average. As we are set to go green, the pace car is going to be dropping off here. And we're going to go green flag, and we're going to try to see if Ryan Walters can get up there and lead that lap that he was talking about getting up there. Clean starts, though. 22 takes the inside. 28's going to let him go on by. Ty Bostic's going to go ahead and take the lead. Jim Downham's going to file in for a second. While Ryan Walters and Dana Shepard battle for the third and fourth spot. And Ty Bostic took off, so he's got a little bit of a commanding lead on Jim Downham. Everybody's filing in there behind us. We see Ryan Walters filed in at the third spot. Dana Shepard in the 478. Owen Lax going to the fifth as they just go single file. So Jim will back off and let a few of them go ahead and battle.
Jim having an incident there, and he's looks like he actually went onto the pit road. Not exactly sure what happened there. We're going to rewind this just a little bit and see what exactly happened. I think I got a feeling that Jim got a black flag for the initial start for passing the leader, and I think that's why we see him on pit road there.
That's a horrible incident. Horrible, unfortunate instance for Jim. He was looking to do so strong here as he comes back out to blend in and try to stay right ahead of the leader.
Well, he's already gone down one lap, and this is going to put him down a second lap here.
I was hoping not to go down that second lap, but unfortunately. We'll get on by and put him another lap down. Looks like he's coming back.
Oh, and he's having a big moment. Oh, and he's able to save it.
He came back down pit road. It's like it's going to be... No, he saved it. Like I was getting a wrong replay. Okay, I'll just file back there. When Max will try to see if we can get around it. Mm. Nine car put a little bit of pressure on the 30 of Dale Weiser there. And then on the inside, and the last room's looking on the outside. So people are trying to get the moving going early here to get up to the lead. We'll see Ryan Walters has moved into the second spot. So he's going to track down Owen. He's trying to get up there, trying to track.
I think I think what's going to be the two best cars tonight, currently sitting first and second. So
There's definitely going to be some battle in there between Bostic and Walter, but I'm not going to put Owen Lax out of there. I won't put Dale Weiser or Dana Shepard out of that mix either. My calls for the race, I guess. They're pretty much staying clean. Top 10 of 150 here. He's finally getting into a single file line, get themselves settled, get the tires warmed up nicely, and buckle down and get some laps down. A lot of guys love to see long green flag laps. You start getting some tire wear laying down on the track, be able to see the line they're taking. So
everyone's played pretty nice so far, which a lot of the time you're not sure if you're going to get that on a short track, especially like Richmond.
coming down into the playoff race, there's a lot of points at stake. So I would assume people would start being a little bit more, I don't know, where gentlemanly is the one I'm looking for, but a little bit more track aware, I think. Your surroundings and people around you, maybe not pushing it too early.
We got Chuck McDonald on pit road. Remember, he's one of the ones that is on the bubble for the playoffs. So, not quite sure why Chuck needed to go to pit road. See, Corey Enyart also has gone on to pit road. But we'll definitely have to keep an eye on Chuck there, because that's definitely going to put him in a bad position. That's definitely not what he needed to start this race.
That's a long pit
and
stop.
It is a very long pit stop.
I still see him sitting there. I don't hear any communication.
Really close to having an altercation there with Derek Donna, who got down there on the apron.
Donald's away now.
Yeah, Chuck did just finally come out.
Oh, I think I can see as to why Chuck McDonald had come back down. The lap right prior to that, he was coming up out of turn 2 when he got loose and came in and smacked the inside of the fence, and so did I forgot the other car that was behind him there. I think it was Corey Enyart. They both had gotten loose off of turn 2, smacked the inside of the wall, which caused them to have to come down and get some pit road service. So looks like I was able to get the answer there of why those two cars came down pit road for some lengthy pit road service, as we have a in-car cam look from Tyler Daniels out of Warsaw, New York.
So
Tyler Daniels.
one thing that you have to think about here is different driving styles. You can see that Tyler's doing a lot of playing around with shifting here. Typically, you would stay in 4th or 5th. We just saw, Tyler's all the way down to 3rd gear here, which is really surprising to see him go that low. And he stays in 4th all the way down, and then he's down back into 3rd. if we go and kind of get a similar view, we'll go to Ty Bostic, who's still running in first, and we'll watch what he's doing. Yeah, he's fourth gear, down into turn 1 and 2, stays fourth down the backstretch, fourth and 3 and 4, and it looks like he's just running fourth gear all the way around the track. So
it's just a good show of testament that each team will have their own different setups, and different setups will work for everybody. Everybody differently to their own advantage, sometimes to their own disadvantage. But something that may work for Tyler going from third to fourth may not work for someone like me, where staying in fourth may work. So everybody's got different strategies here. That's really cool to see, and I'm glad we're able to show you those different advantage points. As we take a look from the on top of the roof cam of Bob Erlew, that 66 machine hailing from Whiting, New Jersey. I'm sure they got a whole bunch of snow this past week or so. Another roof cam coming from the 09, Jeremy Gaiman running his Chevrolet from Akron, Pennsylvania, not too far away from that New Jersey area as well. As he takes a look on the inside of the 28 car at Jim Downham, saying hot on the heels. Looks like that's the Dana Shepard machine. We got the rear bumper cam for Dana Shepard, Putney, Vermont, running his Chevrolet. Throwback to Davey Allison, Texaco Havoline 44.
Dana's our lone webcam driver tonight, so you may see Dana's face several times tonight.
Always cool to get the in-car cam, then you get the in-car cam. That's the one where we get to see the actual driver. It's something that we're able to bring you here. So if you're one of our drivers, if you want to share your setup, your rig, and the stuff behind it, go ahead, turn it on. We won't embarrass you. We promise. We'll be really, really nice. Dana's currently running fifth position there, holding his own, keeping a steady line. Take a look at the 25, Tyler Daniels' machine. We're taking a low line underneath Jim Downham. Bob Erlew looking on the outside and then the inside of both of those cars. Bob Erlew running a Toyota Camry.
We've had a couple of incidents that have been single car that we can go back and look at that have happened in the last couple of laps. We see Corey Enyart sideways on the backstretch. He is in the number 97.
You saw the 97 go around as well.
Oh, and he had a little bit of help from Chuck. I think Corey was just a little slow. Chuck wasn't expecting him to be that slow into the corner, and Chuck just got into him there. And then another incident we had, looks like Derek Donna. Coming off of turn 2, one of the treacherous spots here at Richmond. We saw it happen to a lot of guys at practice. That usually just happens when you start to give it too much throttle too soon. There is a bit of a transition in turn 2. You're kind of down low into the corner, and you kind of go uphill a little bit when you come out of the turn. So the back end of the car definitely tends to get loose in that spot.
Yep, and then the weight throws you to the left, and then the next thing you know, you're trying to save yourself from hitting that inside fence. And more often than not, you're not saving yourself once you're into that spin. So tough break for a couple of those guys. But good to see them get back on the track and keep going because every lap does count. Running in the points, playoffs, things like that. So good to see them come back out and still turn their lap.
So if we look at Ryan Walter, Ty Bostic, this is I think we're going to have a battle for the lead here.
He's slowly getting closer and closer, so we will have
You
a
can
battle
see lap after lap, Ryan has been faster than Ty. You know, Ryan just had to deal with a little bit of traffic there, but Ryan is definitely the faster car right now. It's just a matter of being able to get by. Right now, traffic definitely playing a factor. You know, Ryan's lost a little bit as Ty's 0.2 of a second faster that past lap. But it looks like they got a little bit of a gap now to the next lap car, so we'll see if Ryan's able to get himself back up there. He is definitely inching closer and closer. Ryan's definitely notorious for taking his time. There it is. We got side by side for the lead. Ty drifted up quite a bit. Ryan Walter now out front. Leads that lap, gets that one of those bonus points that he crucially needs. And we talked about some of those drivers that he needed to finish ahead of by quite a bit. You know, Chuck McDonald having a big issue. He's 13 positions behind Ryan. Dale Power currently in 10th, 9 positions back. Add that bonus point that basically gives Ryan the 10 points that he needs on both of those guys. Tracy Wooten in 12th. You know, things are playing out the way that Ryan needs to right now. There's still another bonus point to be had too for the driver that leads the most laps. I also wanted to note the fact that Mike Matherly was sitting in the 10th position in the points, and he's not here tonight. So we know that he's not going to advance.
I'm really surprised everybody's been playing nice night. Usually there's been, some people just, leaning on each other a little bit here and there, but everybody has been really nice, really respectful, track aware tonight. That's always good to see, and I'm sure everybody's having a great time running some green flag laps as we're looking at almost a third of the way through here, coming up on lap 48 next time the leader goes by. So everybody having a good time, long green flag runs. So strategy is definitely going to play be a big part, be a big play. Oh, got the car in the wall there. Seems to hold together. The 97 held it together there. So those guys get on by him. But the strategy is going to be the fun part tonight.
Yeah, will anybody try to cut this race into thirds, or are we going to see people cut it in half and do one pit stop? That's going to be interesting to see as well. Tire wear is definitely has definitely had to have been a factor at this point.
I'm keeping my eye on pit road, and I haven't seen anybody come down just yet. So it doesn't look like the cutting into a third strategy is going to be a big part of anybody's doing tonight. Maybe it's going to be half and half as we see some battles going on. The 09 there almost got in the back of the 44, but he was able to save it and make sure nobody got collected up in that. Before Dana Shepard's a little pressure on the 30 of Dale Weiser. It's part of the race where in the laps of this run is where you'll see some of the tire savers start shining through. The people who are able to save their tires. They'll start being able to cut through a little bit more and gain some positions before they go down pit road. So I like seeing where the people who like to save tires end up at the end of the green flag run.
Well, I talked about Ryan and him saving his tires. Like, if you look at the gap now between Ryan and Ty, as we watch Ryan dive into turn one, Ty's all the way back here now. So Ryan has done a much better job, I'd say, at saving his tires. And this right here is pretty much the battle that just keeps on giving. Kyle Reuter, Dale Weiser, Dana Shepard, Jeremy Gaiman.
Battle that just keeps on giving. You're not lying, because I've been watching them for the past few laps, and that's exactly what's been going on. It's just been a little bit of back and forth, and people trying to get underneath and not being able to get there. And now there's a whole bunch of that going on as they come down the tri-oval across the center, start finish line.
Dana giving Kyle a little bump there, turn 4, and if we look at the front bumper, oh, and a little looks maybe some more contact there between Dana and Kyle. Kyle ended up going up the racetrack a little bit there.
Well, they were running each other hard there for
And
the
I
past
think
couple laps.
I think Kyle tried to get back to Dana's bumper possibly there. I don't know maybe if there was any displeasure there, or could possibly just be reading into things. But I think that, I think Kyle was starting to struggle a little bit. Dana was a little bit faster. You can already see that Dana's pulling away from Kyle. But I wanted to mention the front nose of Dana Shepard's car. You can see the front nose is definitely banged in.
Yeah, it looks like it got pushed in a little bit there. So I hope he doesn't have some heating problems. They're getting into there to keep the engine cool. That looks like a good minute or so, at least some damage to that front nose. So hopefully he'll be able to get that fixed, or it doesn't affect him too much anyways, hopefully. Aerodynamics is not really that much of an issue here, but you don't want to push it in too much where you're heating up or your water or your oil temperature's going up. So that'll be something to keep an eye on.
Dana real close to getting to the wall there. Jeremy Gaiman
side by
working
side
on the... Oh, we got contact between Kyle Reuter and Jeremy Gaiman. Kyle's able to save it.
Good save of a big contact. Wow. That could have been even worse.
Still haven't really seen too many people hit pit road yet. Tyler Daniels did go a few laps ago. But it looks like I fully expect guys to hit pit road around lap 75.
Yeah, the halfway mark.
I think Kyle Reuter might be coming this time.
Yeah, you get that contact made of flat spot. I was figuring the laps between like 73 and 77, you'd be seeing most of the green flag pit stops coming in if we stayed green here.
And it looked like Kyle was starting to really struggle a lot there, so you know that he was ready to get new tires. Oh, and Lax has gotten by Ty Bostic now. 78 now into the second place position. But there's a 5-second lead that Ryan has over Owen.
No, Owen Boson, he's really fast here, so let's see with the tire saving how he's going to come through, if he can catch him or not. This will be fun to see. Hometown boy here, loves Richmond.
This is one of those scenarios where you got to do something to try to get that gap closed down, and I would say that, you know, if you haven't been able to keep pace with Ryan over these first 70 laps, then you're not going to catch him on just by running him down. So maybe come in, pit before Ryan, get out on fresh tires. Got to try something, that's for sure. Dana Shepard did get around Dale. We saw them battling for quite a while. We had looked like Dale Power struggling there out of turn 2. Got into the wall, saved it as best he could. He's still going.
It doesn't look like the front end damage is too much of a concern for that 44 machine. So it's just business as usual. There was quite a battle there between him and that 30 car. He did get around him. It doesn't keep an eye on that damage. I was watching him for a few laps. Doesn't look like it seems to be affecting him. So it's not going to be too much of an issue at this point, though. Everybody taking it gingerly coming out of that turn 2. I've been watching that turn 2 quite frequently tonight. A lot of cars now at this point in the race have been taking it very gingerly, as I think we're around the lap window, the pit window. I think you're going to start some people coming in soon. You might see a couple people trying to stretch as farther than you can. But I do think we're at that pit window, and you'll start to see some cars coming down.
Pit stops are definitely taking place for sure here now.
The Rowdy Energy car just locked them brakes up in front of everybody. And pit stops do start beginning.
So Jeremy Gaiman has come and gone. Tracy Wooten in the pits. Owen Lax. I mentioned about Owen, getting in there before Ryan. I know it's a big ask to be able to make up that much time from just the pit stops, but I feel like it's something that Ryan should definitely consider. You don't want to give up too much of your lead by staying out too long.
Right, exactly. Yeah, now we see Ty Bostic and Dana Shepard coming for their pit stops as well.
Ryan's gonna come down now. He had lap 80
comes down yet?
as his target. We mentioned he had around a 5-second lead. So we'll see what kind of time interval we have once this cycles through. So here's an idea here. Owen came in early, about 4 laps earlier than Ryan, and he has the lead. There's the gap to Ryan. Just shows how much you can gain on fresh tires. But we know how good Ryan is on the long run, so.
There's quite a few cars that are good there on the long run, so there's going to be a couple cars to keep an eye on through these last laps as well. So, oh yeah, it's going to get exciting.
And we also have to remember, that that's going to change the point scenario up if Ryan doesn't end up coming back to Owen to get the lead and the win, because if you win, it's an extra 5 points. So that could be, real big playoff implications if he doesn't get those 5 points. We got a caution.
Oh yeah, caution is out here on the track. Oh, let's see what happened there. A couple guys I'm sure don't want to see that, but I'm sure there's a lot of guys
And
that did want to see it.
it involved the leader too. Between Owen Lax, Derek Donna. See there? Oh no, and Derek got loose off of turn 2.
No.
And that's the last thing that Owen wanted to see happen.
Such a tough break. 78 or Owen Max. You really, really wanted to make sure he got something well. He would trust that about 40. You see that.
I imagine everyone's going to come in to the pits again here. I would expect. No, and even Owen stays out. I'm kind of surprised that these guys didn't come back in. I mean, there's unlimited sets of tires, so. Looks like they're going to get the one to go this time. Pace car's off. We are back to green. Ryan Walter back out front. But Jeremy Gaiman and Owen Lax are right there. How aggressive is Ryan going to be? We know he likes to tire save. Our
I
coach.
can imagine he's going to be a little aggressive, but maybe, just enough to not wear off his tires so much so he doesn't have something left at the end. That would be my guess.
And you're kind of in a position. You're in a position now that, with only about 55, 56 laps to go, you don't really want to. You don't want to lose the lead because you just don't know what could happen anywhere. From now into the end. There's no guarantees of getting it back. Oh no, Ryan! Oh, he saves it.
Oh, what a save! You don't want to see that.
Oh my goodness, huge moment for Ryan. Unbelievable job saving that. But man, he has got a ton of work to do now. I mean, really unfortunate for Ryan because obviously it's going to affect his tires from how much sliding he just did, locking up. And he just went from most likely making it into the round of 8 to now being on the outside looking in. I think he's just trying so hard not to lose first, and he just did a little bit too much. That puts Jeremy Gaiman out front now. Ryan's almost a full straightaway behind now at this point. And he can't tire save anymore. So much traffic going on right here. Seems like these Dana and Dale have just been glued to each other all night long. We very close to having a battle for the lead.
Okay, can you hear me now? Is this better?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, good. All right. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for everybody's patience while I figured that debacle out. And we're back. I know we got the 09. I think Jeremy Gaiman's now in the lead here with Owen Lax hot on his trail. Is that correct? Yeah, it looks like, oh my gosh, we're going to have a heated battle here in a lap or so. Traffic will just let them go on by, try to cause any issues. And Dana Shepard glued, trying to get back to the Dale Weiser, and there's action going on all around here at Richmond. TDR Next Gen Cup Series Racing, ET Drone Home Gaming. Subscribe, like, share, do all the good stuff, do all the things out there in YouTube land, do all the things. I'm going to blame it all on the weather.
See Ryan just sent it pretty far in there that time. I know he's trying a little bit of everything. It's like
another call on the inside.
Corey having another moment there. Ty Bostic looking to get a spot away from Ryan. Ty did go down pit road this last time. He got fresh tires. I'm noticing that Jeremy's running a little bit higher of a line there. I don't know if that's by design or if he's having some tire wear that's causing him to drift up. But Owen being able to run the bottom, I think, is going to make for a little bit faster lap times. You can see here that Owen Lax has been a little bit faster over the last 5 laps. He's inching closer and closer. You see right there is where Owen's going to make up most of his time there on 3 and 4 every time, and I think Jeremy's going to have to try to find a way to get lower, closer to that yellow line. You see consistently he can't quite get down there. His car doesn't want to be there. And if Owen's not able to get by Jeremy quick, it's going to allow Dale Weiser to join this party.
Yep, I was going to say he's coming up quick.
Here's, there it is there. Jeremy is finally able to get down lower. That's exactly what he needs to do.
He's right there with him. Dale's inching up closer too.
Big run right here for Owen. He's looking to the inside.
He may have him there, giving him a strong run there.
Sent it in, no contest whatsoever.
Looks like the 30's thinking they have the same opportunity there, and not too far behind the 30. Dana Shepard is getting quicker and getting up closer to them.
Jeremy's really starting to struggle now as Dale took a peek to the inside. Oh, and he's definitely going to be able to get there side by side this time.
Jeremy does stay up on the left side. Dale stays on the low side, which typically is the faster of the sides. But
now we get to see if Dale has anything for Owen now that he's got clean track in front of him. Dana going to be looking to the inside possibly here. No, not quite enough. Lap car of Tyler Daniels there.
Keeping it high for everybody so they can get on by. 20 laps to go here. We still have a good lead. Could be a good finish. Get some cars up here to the lead. Jeremy Gaiman's falling back, where it looks like Ty Bostic and Dana Shepard will be challenging him here really soon. Ryan Walters right on the back of Dana Shepard. Ty Bostic is going to look inside Jeremy Gaiman. You know, 9 car to take that spot.
Yeah, Ryan Walter looking to the inside of Dana Shepard as well. Looks like Ryan Walters just burned it up a little too much trying to get around Dana Shepard there. Yeah, Ryan hasn't really been able to recover too much from his slip up there in turn 2. Not too many close battles going on, but one thing to look out for here, though. Ty Bostic got around Dale Weiser now in second, and you can see the same thing I talked about earlier. We had Jeremy Gaiman that struggled to hold the bottom in 3 and 4, and that time by Owen had a lot of trouble holding the bottom. Ty made up a lot of ground. 7 laps to go. Does Ty have enough time to get there? See how deep that Ty drives it in. Oh, huge amount of momentum there for Ty.
And he
Five
had a
laps to
big
go.
one. Big one.
Owen is struggling a ton in turns 3 and 4. Owen has got to hold the bottom in turns 3 and 4 if he's going to have any chance.
I think he heard you because that's exactly what he did there on that last.
He's got to find a way to make Ty have to pass him on the outside. Ty might have to try to dime in the corner a little bit. Try to get a run off of the exit.
You definitely don't want to give him any room to get his nose under there underneath your rear quarter there. That can give him an advantage to get you, especially on these last laps. Next time they cross the line here, they'll have 2 to go. So far, he's maintaining that lead, sticking to the bottom. Will Ty Bostic have what it takes?
Ty gets real close to getting to Owen's back bumper there. He's all over him, gives him a little nudge.
Push.
All over the back bumper, white flag.
White flag is out. Last lap.
Owen goes low to try to cover the bottom. Dale Weiser gets inside of Ty Bostic now. That's exactly what Owen wanted to see. Oh, Ty is in the wall. Dale gets by for second.
Checker flag's in the air.
Exciting finish. Owen gets it done in Richmond in his home track.
He'll be excited about that. The 3 donuts. Everybody loves donuts. The 78 Owen Lax, Chesterfield, Virginia's own, taking some donuts here at his home track of Richmond, Virginia. I'm sure he's going to be very excited about that win.
We're going to grab him, get him up here in the booth. Owen Lax, congratulations on getting the win. We got you up here in the booth with myself and Josh.
Thank you. I was worried at the end there because Ty had a really massive run on me, and I thought he was gonna bump me at the end, and he tried to. So what I did was I just did what I could to hold him off and keep the bottom, and ended up working out.
Yeah, we were commenting on it. And we noticed you look like maybe you're having a similar issue, if you want to call it an issue, that allowed you to get past Jeremy Gaiman, where he was having a lot of trouble holding the bottom in 3 and 4, and it looked like you kind of were starting to drift up there in 3 and 4 as well. And I was saying, man, Owen's got to get to the bottom. He's got to be able to hold that bottom to keep Ty from being able to get by. And it seems like as soon as I said it, you were glued to that bottom. So uh,
Yeah, I was doing everything I could there just to hold him off and keep the bottom. And that last turn, I don't know what happened to Ty. I don't know if Dale got under him and just caught him weird or what. But there were a few times I could have lost that race. I just got lucky at times.
Oh, I'm sure you're real proud of that hometown win, not too far away
Yeah,
from the
this is
track
the last place
yourself.
I expected to win at. I'm usually not very good at short tracks, so
I know
I
you were
didn't
looking
drive it
forward to
until maybe an
that.
hour ago.
Yeah, you were looking forward to that. So I'm glad you got the win and good push.
and
Yeah, thank you.
it was definitely very up and down. I mean, you played the right strategy. At least whether or not it would have worked out, remains to be seen,
Yeah.
or we'll never know. But you definitely made the right call in my eyes as far as pitting early ahead of Ryan to be able to get back out in front of him, and then having that incident with Dana off that one exit, and then I'm sure you kind of felt like at that point it's like, man, everything was going right. Now Ryan's back out front, and then no sooner than you come back out and get going, Ryan has an incident. So
Yeah, I was not very happy when I got caught. But I understood what happened because turn two's been loose all day. I've been loose. I know that's what got Ryan at the end there. I was still battling a little bit, even though the car was a lot more stable. It's just when you come up off the banking, the rear end wants to step out. So yeah, but I
well,
definitely up and down. So
once again, huge congrats on getting the win there at your home track, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Have a good one, Stacey.
Yeah, you too.
All right, so let's see. We got Dale Weiser, our second place finisher tonight. We'll go ahead and grab him. Hey Dale, Josh and Ethan in the booth, you got us?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, good job tonight. It was a little bit of a crazy finish there that allowed you to snag one more position there at the end.
Yeah, I guess it almost felt like Bostic and I both got like the death wiggle, I call it, off of two there. Only he decided to turn it into the wall instead of hitting me, probably, and kind of saved both our races, I guess.
Yeah,
One thing I kept aside on you and Dana Shepard were back and forth a little bit tonight there. So it was some fun racing it looked like between the both of you guys.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing with this car at this track at the beginning. Like, practice, I was way off the pace. Then Will's telling me don't use fifth gear. He was off racing an IndyCar race in some other league. And he goes, don't use fifth gear. I'm like, oh shoot, why am I using fifth gear? So that was the whole key, I guess. And then just kind of really braking long into the turns and not getting on the gas until you get straight was, I guess, the key, you know.
No, it worked out good for you. So strong finish tonight. Congratulations on the second place.
Yep, I appreciate it. Thanks for the stream, guys.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
of
See
course
you,
you're
Dale.
welcome.
Yep.
All right, who do we still have available? Let's see. All right, so we don't have Ty Bostic or Jeremy Gaiman, but we do have Ryan Walter, who finished in fifth. Ryan, you got us?
Yeah, I do.
Well, Ryan, I'm sure it was rather disappointing to race tonight for you. Things were going really well, and it looked like you were going to point your way in. Uh, and then obviously got loose there off of turn two. I don't know if anything felt different in that turn compared to the rest of the race, or just just over driving, or if you
I
want to fill us
overdrove it.
in.
I slightly put a little bit too much gas in it, but by the end of this race, what I was saying to my spotter, which he did a great job today, Paul Vosberg, that I was fighting hard, but also racing a good, safe line that saves tires while also going fast. And I just punched it too hard coming out, and it was my race to win or lose. And I lost it because I was trying to push it way too hard.
Well, it's definitely unfortunate. It does appear that it's not going to be quite enough to point your way into the round of eight. You knew that it was going to be tight going into it, uh, but
It looks like
obviously,
I'm seventh right now in
oh,
the point.
so you actually, so it's showing
I
you that
led the
you did.
most laps. Yeah.
Well, I knew that Mike Matherly wasn't here, so that helped.
Andrew Bisnet and Will Weiser weren't here also.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about Will. So here I am, this whole broadcast thinking that that was a make or break incident. So it's definitely fortunate that I guess you are moving. So everyone disregard everything that I've been saying for about the past hour and a half.
But
Uh,
I'm looking at the points now. I don't know if there's anything adjusted for point laps led, but currently I'm sitting seventh above Dale Power. He's eighth, and looks like Tracy, Will, Andrew, and Mike are going to be eliminated unless there's points going to be added. I don't know.
everything should be finalized in that there shouldn't be any points that get added or taken away for that.
All right.
So congrats on getting to move on, even though it wasn't necessarily expected to possibly be able to do that, but um, that's the way it works sometimes. So
Yeah, when I saw that three people weren't here, I was more worried about beating Tracy Wooten, which I've seen him absolutely crush tracks, and I didn't know if this was going to be one of the tracks he was going to absolutely come out and crush. So, but it's also a track that I love, and every time I race it in TDR, I mess it up with one little mistake and mess up my race from winning it. But um, not from a lack of competition, because there was a lot of fast guys out there, and I also regret not getting new tires. I should have got new tires on that caution.
yeah, I was a little surprised. I expected more people, and I want to think that Ty was really the only one in that top five that decided to go and grab tires.
Well, I was thinking because I pitted on going to lap 81. I finished 80 and it showed 81 when I went to go pit past start finish line. I'm like, okay. And then the caution was out like 86, 87. And most of the time when I did runs, it was 20 laps. Okay, I lost 4% on my tires at most. My first stint when I went in and pitted, I had uh 81 right front, 79 right front and 81 right rear, and I did 80 laps on those tires. So I wasn't too worried because I know once you get to the 80s, it starts to stagnate and then it stays there for a while, then starts to fall off once you hit 70 faster.
Well, all
Well,
things considered, you still ended up with a good finish. You got done what you needed to get done. So we'll see you in the round of eight next week, and hopefully you'll have a good outing in those two races, and we'll see you in the final four.
Is it New Atlanta next week or old?
To my knowledge, it's going to be New Atlanta.
Okay, I'm good at New Atlanta. I don't know why. I don't like it, but I'm halfway decent there.
So, all right, Ryan, we're going to let you go, and we will see you next week.
All right, man.
Stay warm, dude.
All right, everybody, that's going to wrap things up for our interviews tonight. And we're going to go ahead and get things wrapped up. We'll go and run through our final race results. So we got Owen Lax getting the win with Parker Motorsports, Dale Weiser in second, SBC Motorsports, Ty Bostic third, NB2 Motorsports, Jeremy Game in fourth, Ryan Walter with DEP Racing in fifth, Dana Shepard, another DEP racing driver in sixth, Bob Burlew seventh, Tyler Daniels in eighth, Jim Downham with Havoc Racing Syndicate in ninth, Chuck McDonald 10th, Corey Enyart in 11th, Tracy Wooten, or sorry, Derek Donna in 12th, another DEP driver, 13th, Tracy Wooten, 14th, Dale Power, 15th, Gary Wright, 16th, Kyle Reuter, and Bill Kirkstra, who will get credit, I guess, tonight for a start in park, but he actually didn't turn any laps tonight. He's going to be registered as the 17th place finisher.
A lot of green flag runs tonight, so there wasn't too much action going on, but there was enough side by side to keep everybody glued. And man, those laps at the end really had everybody going. So another fun broadcast, Ethan.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Appreciate you being here. I know he had some technical difficulties tonight, but all in all, still glad that you were here, and look forward to getting back in here with you next week. As always, we got numerous things going on throughout the week as far as racing going on the channel. Tomorrow we got the IROC series at Iowa for TDR. Tuesday we've got the truck series at the Milwaukee Mile. I believe Wednesday we've got a Xfinity race at Homestead. That's the season finale for the Xfinity series. And Friday we've got the Daytona 24. So
Ooh,
a lot
looking
of
forward to
stuff,
that.
going on this week. So be sure to tune in.
Yeah, it looks
Like,
like those schedules will be starting to get finalized this week. We'll know who's driving what and what stints they'll be doing. I know myself will be driving in a GT3. I think you're going to be in a GTP running your stints and a whole bunch of things going on for the 24 hours. So I'm looking forward to it, whether it's starting an overnight sit or ending. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of
yeah, absolutely. And there could be some new names, new faces coming to the broadcast. Some things that could be changing. Uh, more additions than changes, I would say, uh, to try to expand on TDR's broadcast team here in uh, the next couple weeks to month. So
I'm going to look
got
forward to
some
for all you people tuning in.
something exciting possibly in the works that to look forward to. So thanks again, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you throughout the week. If you tune into any of that, make sure you subscribe. It's free, and you can get alerts for when things get up and going. Got the Facebook page too. You can go there. All updates are put on there, and the TDR page as well. So we will see you all later.
Stay warm, be safe, be well.